Okay, so we are 1 star away from Master. Very early in the season. I'm trying to hit that tonight. That way I can see how high a number I can get or low a number I can get. So all we have to do is get first or second. First is obviously preferable, but I'm okay to play for second. It's something I never do, but I'll do it this time if I have to. Wow, first position, 3 in a row. Okay. That's kind of wild. So Tessia is going to be in this game again, so we have to deal with all that crap again. Never get a break from Tessia, do we? Spy Satellites is interesting, though. This is a very interesting row. Gurney, Chom Delegate, Guild Bankers. Wow. We're revealing first. Do any of these leaders have an advantage towards that? Not really. Yikes. And we're also playing against Leto. This might be a hard one. Ilesa's hypothetically good here. I'm going to pick her. She's very good with the Chom Delegate. Because you can set it aside, get spice from it, knowing that you can't be blocked from a space. If we draw Convincings, we're going to try to go after Gurney. We do draw Convincings. So let's think about this. We don't have access to... research station. So, to tech negotiation. So what we ought to do, we ought to probably play Seek Allies to fold space first. Play Arakeen on Ring second. This synergizes well with the Chom Delegate as well. We do give Leto his ring, but we block Tessia, which is worth something. I suppose there's an argument that we could go to Hardy Warriors here. Hardy Warriors is very powerful for Tessia in this situation. But I would rather just get the Gurney. We probably don't get Delegate. This gets taken by Armand, most likely, or he takes the Guild Bankers. We'll see. Now, if we play the ring, we have a 60% chance to still have Gurney. That's kind of dangerous, but we do get a Solari for our trouble. So that's what we didn't want to see, because that means that Tessia is going to go Hardy Warriors. This might be a less experienced Tessia, at which point she goes smuggling, but I suspect it's going to be Hardy Warriors. Yeah. So she's going to have pretty much uncontested Interstellar. I won't say uncontested. Leto could hypothetically go there next round. And then Armand gets smuggling, which going fourth is incredible for him. He didn't get anything with his ring. We can also Signet Ring to tech negotiation. That guarantees the 6, and I think I like that a little bit better. Do we buy the fold space? I don't like doing it before you get your Swordmaster, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to do it. We're still first to reveal, so we're gonna get Gurney unless someone reveals early, which I don't think they will do. And if they do, there's other good stuff for us to get, so it won't be the end of the world. Tech negotiation is definitely better than playing the Arakeen here. The advantage of Arakeen is like we cycle our deck a little bit and have the chance to draw Gurney next round. But I don't think that that's the end-all be-all, to be honest. Ilesa is definitely, I would say, the weakest of these four leaders. It's going to be tough to play her. But there is a clear strategy. If we get Gurney, we get spy satellites, we just kind of ignore the factions and try to win all the combats. Ilesa is good at getting technologies. She makes a lot of spice. More than Romber or Memnon do. So, you know, that's one possible way we can do this. Tessia, I guess, decided she really wanted to make sure she won the combat, so she went to Arakeen. It's fine with me. Armand doesn't reveal early, and it looks like he doesn't have his ring. The downside of getting Gurney here is that we do end up passing the delegate to someone else. But that someone else is Leto, which is very strong, but not game-breaking. Whereas if it were, you know, Tessia, it would be like a 5-alarm fire. So, you know, whatever is my response to that, basically. Now, he could get the guild bankers and pass the Chom delegate to Tessia, but I think that would be kind of a foolish decision. We'll see. I don't like seeing this card in the row. It's going to unbalance the game. I could have picked it up myself, but I was kind of expecting Armand to pick it up with his ring. It falling into the hands of these two is dangerous. The good news is we have the most troops of anybody round 2, so we potentially have a very easy time winning that combat. Another reason why I don't think it made sense to buy a fold space is we already have a fold space in our discard pile, so we run the chance of like drawing and then drawing into the fold spaces. Let's see here. Delegate Liaison gets the Guild Bankers Assassination. Tessia getting the Guild Bankers on its own is kind of scary, but it's less bad as her getting the Delegate. We're going last. We really don't know what we're going to be able to have access to. We prefer some spice. Diplomacy is a safe bet. Dagger we'll probably get, but we're not confident. Reconnaissance likely, but not guaranteed. Combat's pretty good, so let's put reconnaissance aside and play city second action. Leto doesn't have the ability to go to Fold Space, which is pretty bad. Because so if I get it, then at least I can block Tessia sometimes. But if Armand takes it just now, we're going to be in trouble. Cool. It gives us enough money to Mentat. But we have to be careful about setting Mentats aside because Leto's in the game. Samuel Leto. So let's pick up the Fold Space. We'll be able to go to Interstellar, not next round, but the 2 rounds after that. Looks like he's going to buy a shuttle fleet, which actually still gets him there. The issue is that he's not going to be able to go there. I guess he will with the guild, with the Chome delegate. 2 daggers in hand means we definitely want to go to a city. Although we can Mentat if we have to. Hardy Warriors. Well, that's 4 troops. Wasn't expecting that. 4 troops. 3 and 2 daggers. Well, what's Armand got in hand? 1 dagger. So we tie him, but that's not enough. We could go to Carthage, we have a chance of it. Just playing the reconnaissance will give us spice, though. So I think that still means that we want to do that. If we go to Arakeen, 1, 2, 3. There's a 3 in 7 chance that we can have enough persuasion to get a 3-coster, but that's not going to still be there. So let's just play it safe. Go to Carthage. Strategic push is actually all we need. So it's actually great. It's like a windfall, and yeah, that's just great. Unfortunately, Armand will beat us to Swordmaster next round. Get our first spice from 1 step ahead. We have a negotiator, so we basically can get to 3. Tessia falls short of the shifting allegiances, which is nice, but so do we. We're not going to get anything, and I would really prefer that somebody who's not one of these 2 gets the shifting. He has no intrigue cards, so we guaranteed take the combat. That was an awesome little strategic push. Much less useful, but the other stuff the combat gives me is good, so it makes it worth it. We'll do city again. The access in this hand's not good. Disposal is interesting for Tessia. It's not a super awesome tech, to be honest. I think we want still suits. We want either still suits or we want smuggling, or we want wealth. I think I like the idea of getting smuggling here because it puts me at 8. We have priority over Tessia. And then I don't have to play. And then I don't have to play to wealth if I don't want to. And I'm getting Interstellar later, so which is pretty good. We didn't draw Gurney, unfortunately. We have 2 fold spaces, a Gurney, a Signet Ring. Deck is getting pretty clumped up. But we drew the Diplomacy, so the hand's really not awful. I'm trying to find a good thumbnail for this Leto video, but there's not... I don't really feel like there's a good... I don't know. I guess we'll just use a picture of Leto, because I can't find a picture of what I'm looking for. What just happened? Diplomacy is still Susan. That's unfortunate. But if we can go to selective breeding if we... I don't want to go selective breeding though. I mean, it's good. It gives us more Gurneys. But then we run the risk of drawing Gurney, which is bad. This is a combat point and it's water. And Tessie is not participating. Good play from Armand. He's going to tee up a visit to Great Flat. And he can also take the allegiances doing that. Imperial base? Okay. Maybe he's going to go for the immediate spy satellites. What I would probably do. But this is also respectable. I would not have taken that, though. I would have taken allegiances. But the fact that he's doing that is a clue that he does plan on getting spy satellites. Okay, so... I think this combat is pretty good. Card draw probably is not, because the fold spaces, we want to still play our diplomacy. So let's go ahead and go to Carthag. Charisma is useful, potentially. We'll throw 2 in. We have cannon turrets to back us up if Leto tries anything. Charisma's interesting. I mean, we could try to make a Guild Accord thing work. He's already infiltrating. That's kind of scary. Tessia yet again doesn't have the 3 to get the shifting allegiances, which is nice. But she's picking up liaisons, which with Guild Bankers are pretty strong. Okay, so I wasn't expecting that. He instead took this... Yeah, that's definitely not what I was expecting. I mean, it's good for me, because I would like to have spy satellites. I don't have the green, so I can't take them now. So let's talk about selective breeding, right? I mean, I think with 2 fold spaces in deck, it's not worth it. It does sort of allow us to spam Gurney, which is pretty good. And if we wanted to reach to the Guild Accord, we could do that. Maybe. I mean, with Charisma, we probably could. but most of the cards in the deck we don't want to draw. We want to draw Convincing and Signet Ring, and that's about it. So I think instead the smarter play is just to take the Fold Space. Or maybe we should take the... Let's take the Fold Space. Because we're going to get to Interstellar next round, right? So why not make this easier to have, especially with a Guild Accord out. And if we end up getting Spy Satellites, we're going to want to focus on 1 or 2 faction tracks. So I think it does make sense. We haven't used our ring once, and we have 3 Fold Spaces, which is kind of funny. Oh my god. CGA. Leto is actually the threat, I think. The good news is he won't have that delegate again next round. How urgently do we want Spy Satellites? Probably not urgently. Well, it's actually tricky though, because we don't get Interstellar, do we? We get Swordmaster. Water Peddler, that's annoying. I will definitely take a Test of Humanity, although it looks like it's about to go. Yeah. Sister is a decent backup. It is good enough. BG is a not often fought after alliance, so if we want to say ignore Emperor, ignore Fremen, and just focus on these 2, then Sister works well. Truesayer is overall a better card, though. It doesn't reveal for as much, but the discard synergy is great, especially if we manage to get the Guild Accord later. So I think we get the Truesayer here, which can also play itself to BG. No need to play a card. You know what, though? This is tough, because if we take Swordmaster, we're letting Leto Interstellar again, which is pretty dangerous. We don't have enough. Cards. Take Fold Space to Swordmaster. Probably Fold Space also. It's not ideal. Because yeah, Armand can't block Interstellar. But how much of a disaster would it be to let Leto have Interstellar? Well, it wouldn't be good. But then we let. I mean, but he's gonna get either Interstellar or Swordmaster, right? So, I mean, yeah, it just is what it is. Mentat. Oh, he doesn't have the yellow. Well, Tessia gets it, which I'm not happy about, but it's much better. So right now we have a point from combat. It's good for the Spy Sats because Spy Sats wants us to have non-faction points. And using Gurney, we should be able to win this combat as well. Leto can smuggle if he really wants to. Next target is Holtzman. Probably won't be able to get it, but it's a good goal. We burned through 2 of the Fold Spaces, going to non-faction. So that's kind of awkward, but it is what it is. You could argue that I should have played the daggers instead, but I intend to try to win this combat. And winning this combat, you know, that gives me the ability to get the Holtzman because of the spice. We go all in on 3 troops here. We have 3 daggers in hand. Charisma, which could give us a spice must flow, or could give us a guild accord. We're probable to get the guild alliance, so we probably want the guild accord and save the charisma for the next spice must flow. This is a fun game. I'm enjoying this one. I'm always happy if I can get a spy satellites early or mid game. A lot of good skill suits. That's good. Two daggers from Tessia, but we have more. Just more liaisons from her. It's like her whole deck is liaisons. We actually don't even have to play the cannon turrets. Kind of crushing right now, actually. Yeah, Leto just never drew the yellow. So that's nice. Slows him down a little bit. This is a little concerning. If Tessia gets this, it's going to be a really big problem. Because how many liaisons do you have already? Like at least 3. So first action is Interstellar, I assume. I guess if I want to get the Holtzman, I could go to Imperial Basin, but I don't think that's the play. Because first action Interstellar. So second action probably Fold Space is the safe answer. Do we go up and try to get to Holtzman that way? I think we do. We could just not... Yeah, I think we do. Tessia gets locked out of Swordmaster for a long time. I don't think smuggling will be very popular because the person that wants it is Leto. Tessia may take it, though, which would be unfortunate for us. Tessia loves Hardy Warrior for some reason. So Armand's going to get 2 pops out of that, Spice Smugglers, which is better than it usually performs. And that's going to put him on the radar for Guild, but it's just too late, I think. Do we want to play the Fold Space? I think we do. We have Spy Stats. We don't really need Faction Access all that badly. So let's play the Fold Space. Recall. Go up with Guild. Really want to make sure we lock that one up. Spice. Holtzman. Draw a card. Guild Accord. Okay. Interesting. In other ways, it's probably useless. We have our big tech combo. So all we have to do now is just buy Spiceless Flows and win the game. So to that end, we should try to get to High Council. I'd like to do it now, but I don't have the green, so we'll have to do it next round. Redraws the Delegate, which is kind of nasty. We did beat him to Holtzman, though. He could get Chimerky and still be pretty happy with it, but yeah. We shouldn't have too much trouble getting 2 Spiceless Flows with a Charisma in our hand. Tessia not having Swordmaster does mean she's going to reveal early, which means that she's probably going to get Kinds, which is pretty bad. I don't have the Persuasion early reveal to stop her. It's Chimerky. New tech Wind Traps. Normally I would say play the Diplomacy here. Yeah, Tessie goes High Council, no surprise. Oh, thank you, Armand. This is going to be awesome. Woo! We could go to Carthag again, pop the No Other Ways, try to win this one. Or we could play the Diplomacy to Selective Breeding. Trash one of our bad cards, like our Dune. It's not a bad strategy. I think we're guaranteed to beat Tessia, though, if we go to Carthag, and we want Tessia to have as little as possible. Like, we don't want her getting faction bumps and intrigue cards. But then we do garrison, like, we do lock ourselves. We might have to play the cannon turrets aggressively, having done that. So let's start with playing the No Other Way. It doesn't do anything, but it does help just to get it out of our hand. And then, I mean, we could save the troops for a better combat. Like, the faction bump doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Interesting. So we can gurney in 2 troops. That plus cannon turrets would tie it up. We can also wait and see what these 2 do first. 6 is enough to get Reverend Mama, who, while not being a necessarily particularly crazy card herself, in our situation, does work with the Truthsayer. Getting rid of the Dune is going to help us with overall our entire strategy, I think. Tessia has the 5. She actually needed High Council to get there. So, yeah. It's a scary place to be, for sure. Ew. Okay, so Armand. Let's see what he puts in. Okay, he puts in enough to where Tessia is not winning this. This is why. We can buy troops with Gurney. It's actually kind of not great. It puts us off of High Council, is the problem. Although the other players don't have enough to afford it. In the Shadows is interesting. but it detracts from our overall goal. I think Reverend Mama is better. We could Charisma to also pick up the In the Shadows, but I don't think that's the right play. Put one troop in, just kind of pad up our garrison. We can pick up an Intrigue card off of that. Intrigue cards frequently provide points. That would be a way that we could use our Fremen bump we got from No Other Ways. Oh, Snoopers, huh? Damn. This is really good. The problem is it showed up too late. Yeah, like, we have to buy Spice Buffaloes now. We can't buy this. We trashed it Dune and replaced it with a Reverend Mother. That's pretty good. Okay. We want to go to Wealth for no other reason than because it's Wealth. So I think that means our second action is High Council. So we put away a dagger. Like, we need... Sorry, not because it's Wealth, but because we need the Solari, is what I meant to say. He doesn't go Interstellar, which makes me think that he probably has... either he has Delegate in hand... Okay, so she's going for a Spice Flow. She may get two. It's dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely pretty scary. We Truesayer first. We can destroy her hand with Reverend Mother, but we have to play her second. Like, we have to go Truesayer first and Reverend Mother second. I think we have to destroy her hand. Did she put the time on top of her deck? No, because she bought the spaceport this round. She couldn't. Okay, so... Drop a dagger. That's a shame. Now we have enough for High Council. And we play Reverend Mother to probably secrets, but we could do selective breeding. The important thing is we don't let Tessie reveal. She shuffled her deck, so she's not guaranteed to have Kinds, but she has 6 cards in hand and a High Council seat, so yeah. Now Armand does have a Test of Humanity, but he's not got it in hand. Takes Emperor Alliance proactively. Carthag. That's interesting. That means that she has enough persuasion for Spice Must Flow that she doesn't care. We have 2 cards. We could hypothetically win this. It's going to be hard, though. Who bought the In the Shadows? It wasn't Tessia. It was Leto. We have to play suboptimally here. She drops 3 persuasion. That should be enough to hurt her. Armand drops 2. Staged Incident. That's really good. We can Charisma here, but it's not enough for a Spice Must Flow, so I think we just have to take the chance. So now it's difficult because we have to either stage an incident or get our High Council seat. Nobody's ever happy to discard 2 cards. It did help Leto a little bit. But I think we'll see Tessia's reveal numbers, but it should have hurt her significantly. High Council's off the table, so we have to basically... Holy crap, she's still got 12. That didn't even hurt her. Add 3 more to that, doesn't matter. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. Okay. Well... Good news is she has an 8-card deck now. She's not going to be able to get what she needs. So we definitely stage an incident, right? Buy a fold space? Maybe. Maybe. Access is less important since we have the spy satellites. I mean, having BG access is good, though. Because we need to make sure that Tessia doesn't get this alliance. We may not be able to stop her. But I don't think we buy it. We need 5 Solari to get High Council. We may need that next round, for all I know. This is very interesting. It's not good for me. But it would be very bad if Tessia got it, wouldn't it? So looks like she's going to lose to Leto in the combat, which is good. Armand chasing me on Guild a little bit concerning. But it's not that hard with a Guild Accord to just reinforce it. We go down to 3 cards after playing the incident. These two combine to be 5 daggers, which is not really... I mean, it's enough to tie it up, but there's no reason to do that. So let's hate out these liaisons as much as we can. Just get a ton of resources from that reveal. So Armand getting that is interesting. It means that he threatens our guild alliance, which is not good. The rest of it I don't really care about. But again, with a guild accord, it shouldn't be too hard to prevent him from stealing it. But I think he will steal it. We've gotten so much out of the guild accord at this point, I don't know if I care. I mean, I care because it's a point, but yeah. That's dangerous. Can't really let Tessia win this. But we also can't stop her. If Leto doesn't have a card, then he doesn't have a card. Nothing we can do about it. He does. Sweet. Okay. Oh my god. Talk about getting lucky. And she's gonna go research station with that water too, is the annoying thing. But she has an 8-card deck, so even going to research station, she still doesn't redraw copies. But yeah, it's 1v1. We're playing against Tessia. No doubt about it. The good news is we can win this 2-point combat and probably win the game. If we set Gurney aside, we'll have enough spice for Highliner. The problem is that Armand already has enough spice for Highliner. I don't know. We probably, if Armand doesn't go to guild, we probably have to go to guild first action. So let's put Gurney aside. We're at 8 persuasion. Charisma matters. Great flat. That's gonna give her the BG alliance. But at least she's not getting research station. I don't know. That's a tricky one. But really, that's not that different from her just sending a card to BG. 9 points. How crazy is that? Armand steals my alliance. Yeah. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. We should still have second place, though. And I guess if our goal is to... you know, I guess if our goal is, hey, I want to... Well, shit, we're not going to be able to get the ultimate point. So, research station, I guess. If for no other reason than we don't want the other players to have it. That only netted us 1 persuasion, which is kind of unusual. We have a Guild Accord in our deck, which has 0 persuasion. A Mama that has 2. Argument that has 2. And a Dune that has 1. Letter to Mentat. Do I care? I mean, he has the capacity to steal Tessia's alliance, right? Like, if he... With his In the Shadows, right? That's kind of the way he would do it. Yeah. The problem is, going down 1 to go up 2 doesn't signal that that's likely to happen. Now, maybe if he... Yeah, I don't know. Tech negotiation is Tessia screaming, I have 10 points. She has 2 alliances, which, when you don't have a sword master and you're just revealing every round, shouldn't really be possible. But the thing is, she's Tessia, so she just gets those alliances. It's very frustrating. So Highliner is the most threatening thing that he's done. He locks up the alliance, and it's going to make it difficult for me. The good news is he's got a force limit, and he's putting in a dreadnought, which is about to disappear from the combat. I can't make Tessia discard. I don't have enough. Like, I can't do it soon enough. Training drones is nasty, though. But I should still be able to do this, I think. Gurney to the rescue, right? So... let's play the Charisma just to get it out of our hand. We're at 11, so we should be able to play to Carthag. I guess it's a question of, like, do these cards help that much? No. It's Carthag. Private Army is great. If we win the combat, we go to 7. Spice Allies takes us to 9, and then we lose to Tessia. Although we actually have a Spice Must Flow, so... you know, maybe we can beat her. So, looks like Leto is trying to steal that alliance from her. I would be eternally grateful if he did. I just don't see how he does it. Although she's tapped out, right? So, if he has other, like, if he goes to Secrets or something... didn't trash the In the Shadows. Not good. Three cards. I mean, does she really? She probably does, though. Well, I don't... she didn't draw back to Kinds, right? So she probably doesn't have it. Oh my god, she's got it with the Guild Bankers. That's crazy. Well, now we know. And she's got 2 Spice. Hurricane is annoying. It's like he's playing for second. So he's at 19. This is 1, 2, 3 daggers in hand is 13. We have enough to win the combat if we just straight up revealed. I don't want to go to Secrets because if Leto is like cooking up some way to steal Tessia's alliance, that would be bad for me. Hardy Warriors off Diplomacy is more troops. Armand has intrigues, so like that could matter. Truesayer probably does not matter. My apologies to anyone who was hoping to steal that alliance from Tessia, but I kind of don't think that was what was going to happen. We'll put 2 more troops in. Just because we want to be certain and we don't know what Armand's packing in hand. We also don't want to play the Private Army if we can help it, because it's probably going to come down to Spice tiebreaker between me and Tessia. Ixion Probe discards the In the Shadows. That's a bump, which means that if he does draw the Secrets, he can steal the alliance. Is like... Secrets is probably the game optimal play, but the problem is that we want to beat Tessia. If we're playing for second, we should probably go to Secrets. But if we're playing for first, we hope that Leto goes to Secrets on this action. and discards in the shadows. Or something to that effect. Reveals in the shadows, whatever. He doesn't do it. He does go up with his ring, though, which means if he reveals in the shadows, he steals the alliance. Thankfully, Tessia is so far ahead that everyone else recognizes the issue. I thought he already used his training drone. Okay. Buys the Spice Must Flow. Spice Sets only ends up giving us 1 point because of the way that the cookie crumbled. Doesn't make any sense to trash it, though. We reveal. Reverend Mama gives us more spice. We buy our Spice Must Flow. We didn't get to 2. Unfortunately. We're below Armand on combat, but I don't think he has as much juice as we do. Oh, he can discard and trash in the shadows with that. No, he doesn't have it. He might not have drawn it. He didn't draw it. So we have to win the combat. If Tessia has like a, you know, like corner of the market or something, we still lose. So, unfortunately for you, Dreadnoughts are susceptible to cannon turrets. Makes them kind of an unfortunate unit. Okay, he's got something. So now we have to play the Private Army. Good Lord, Armand. Please, dude, don't do this to me. Don't tell me you have another one. Don't tell me you have another one. Thank God. Oh my gosh. Go to 9. Leto has corner of the market, so I think we're safe. Let's go! Master rank Ilesa. Get out of here, Tessia. Get out of here. Double alliances. Your freaking auto reveal crap. Okay, so that was an awesome game. Really fun, actually. When you have fun with Ilesa, it can be a really cool game. Just because you end up doing all sorts of weird little things. So we won the Imperial Basin twice for 3 points. We only got 1 Spice Must Flow, which cost us a Holtzman point. But I think Holtzman did provide a lot of other utility, just in terms of the card draw. And then Spy Stats is 1 point. Stage Incident is 1 point. And we ended up with 3 tracks. Weird to have 3 tracks when you have Spy Satellites, but sometimes that's how it goes. Okay, so viewing the board. We are razor thin with Armand here, right? And we only beat Tessia by Spice Tiebreaker. We're razor thin with Armand here. So any like decrease in our combat power would have lost us the combat. Because we played all 3 of our combat cards to do this. It's not like we had anything left in reserve. So Gurney's the MVP again. I know that like I uploaded a Gurney, like 1 or 2 Gurney videos recently, but he's just the MVP again. Like he's such a good card, and yeah, I mean he's the reason that we won the game. Right? We used him to win both of those combats, I believe. Reverend Mother also helped, but not that much, honestly. Like when we shredded hands, I don't know that we even cost anybody a Spice Must Flow. Not even Tessia. And we thought that like, oh, she's only got like, you know, like 3 cards in hand. Well, if one of them's in Kinds and the other liaisons are in play, then she's still going to get like 12 persuasion. So, yeah, but Trusair was good. But Gurney was really the winning guy. Now, I will also say Guild Accord was really strong. Like, we used every bit of water we had that game. and it gave us at least 2. I think it gave us 2 water and 6 spice. So like, yeah, I mean, look at that, right? Without the 6 spice, we lose the game also. So you could give it to Guild Accord. It's crazy that we actually lost the Guild Alliance and still ended up winning. You could give it to Guild Accord, but I think it's Gurney. The 6 costers really came through for me this game. I actually had 3 of them. Guild Accord, Reverend Mama, and Gurney. That's triple 6 costers. Maybe that should be the thumbnail, like Satanic Ilesa. But yeah, Spy Satellites, Holtzman, they're good together. We didn't actually end up getting the combo off completely because we, like, if we don't have these techs, we didn't get the Holtzman point, and Spy Satellites only gave us 1, and we were only 1 bump away from Emperor anyway, so it's possible that those techs together did, like, almost nothing. But I think the fact that the Holtzman gave us the card draw really did make a difference. I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, because that's what we use Ilesa for, right? We used her to get these techs. We used her for a lot of spice. We didn't end up using her some rounds, but yeah, that's how it went. I wonder if the round where we kind of changed our whole plan to play Reverend Mother, if it would have been better to go with the original High Council plan. We probably would have gotten the Spice Miss Flows that way, and it's not like we ended up hurting Tessia. But how could we have known that she had 12 persuasion even after getting dumpstered with a Reverend Mother? So, super interesting game. I'm gonna go ahead and log off. I'm gonna probably put this in the upload queue first, but I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Wow, what a good one. Oh, before I go, let's see what rank I got, right? So, because I did actually hit master off of that. $55. I have a star. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a bug. Does Master have stars now? So, Ship It Halla is still number 1. Thuni's 3. I didn't know that. Cielo is 7. Damn, okay. We have to go all the way down to 58 to find me. 55, sorry. But hey, I'm ahead of some other players. I'm ahead of Playerovich, who I ran into several times when trying to hit master. English Jaffa I'm familiar with. I've been touched. Oh lord. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Doesn't master require 1500? I wonder if these are players that like aren't at master yet, or maybe they're master but they lost a bunch of games. Shiyu is a player I've played several games against. Oh, there's Ruffians. He's 38. God damn. Yeah, he's just winning Beast Raban games over and over again. There's Caleb. 32. Shanonymous. And of course Arthur CK. So yeah, we got to master. Cool. Super fun game. I'll end the video here for sure this time.